Do 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 do. It's the intro song.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of SimplyPodLogical, a Simply Nailogical podcast. If you're here, I think you know who we are, but I'm Ben, and this is the Holo Queen herself, Cristine with no H.
Well, hello there, everyone. It's me, Cristine, again. What is this? Where are we? Ben, what are you doing?
We have no idea what we're doing.
Ben.
This first episode will just sort of be, I think it's like a test. We'll have a bit of a free-flowing conversation, talk about what we've been up to the last 2 months.
It's a test. It's a pilot project, and we'll see if we get canceled.
Yeah, we'll see if we get funding for this. By the way, this episode is sponsored by nobody. Nobody wanted to sponsor.
Sponsored by Holo Taco.
Oh, that's true.
Because we have it over here, actually.
Product placement.
I just put it in the back.
That is
I
the
paid
future
myself
of
$1
advertising.
to appear today. So
Is
put
how
that in the
works?
spreadsheets and the taxes.
You have no idea how any of that works.
No. Excuse me, hon. Let me sip my tea.
I told someone online we might have our accountant on for a futures episode for tax questions, because people keep asking me tax advice, and
You are the accountant, right?
I'm not an accountant.
Ben does all the taxes. He pays all the taxes too.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. That's not how that works. But, so everyone,
we do pay our taxes.
This is exciting, right? Like to hear us speak like normal people. First of all,
one of the reasons we're doing this is that we saw the reaction to the Phil DeFranco podcast we did a conversation with, and I think a lot of people appreciated, especially seeing you having a conversation and talking like a human being.
Wow. Wow. Fascinating.
Yeah. Like, I know you put a lot of pressure on yourself, I think, in the Simply Nailogical videos to be entertaining and engaging, and like everything coming out of your mouth has to be, exciting, and then you tightly cut it to like 10 minutes, even though you had like 4 hours of footage. I thought that was a really nice opportunity to see what it was like to just have,
a conversation,
an hour and a half long conversation. And one of the things Phil said too, like for his own motivation for starting that, was to kind of like remember how to have normal conversations. I can really relate to that, and I think you can too. It's just this idea.
Because when you're a YouTuber, you don't interact with anyone but yourself.
Yeah, when you spend more time talking to a camera than other people.
When you spend more time just like listening to yourself, you just start having conversations with yourself. And then they stop making sense.
Yeah, I definitely catch Cristine talking to herself quite a bit around the house.
It's because I think I'm filming.
Or maybe you're like talking to the cats. No, I think you're talking
I'm talking to the cats.
You're talking to cats. That's a good excuse.
Yeah, she's Tyler.
Where are they?
So, speaking of a conversation with Phil DeFranco, that went much better than I thought it would. I've always had this fear of going on podcasts. Not that I've been asked by like a bunch of podcasts, but I've always thought the idea of that would just be terrifying. I guess I have, I'm an anxious person. I'm nervous. The fact that I have a lot of control over my videos when it's just me sitting there and I can edit and no one's seeing the footage until I decide it goes out, that makes me feel better. Except Ben sees it all, so he sees all my mistakes. But just, being able to talk freely for an hour and not being able to edit it, which we're not really doing, unless Ben spills too much tea and shades people, I might have to edit it out, but we'll decide. He might be overruled.
Part of the appeal of this is definitely, filming content that doesn't require hours and hours of editing.
There's a Menchie on the floor.
A wild Menchie.
Can you hear
just
her bell?
appeared.
Hold on, let me get her.
You want to grab her?
I found our first guest. Menchie. Oh, you hear that?
She likes the smell of the mic.
Speaking of guests, that's something we're probably not going to have much of because we live in Canada, Ottawa, and no one comes here. So
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be having many guests.
Maybe one of these.
Whoa! Sorry, she's not happy with the conditions. She's going to play on the carpet.
It's funny. I asked on, so first of all, there'll be a Twitter account for this podcast.
SimplyPodLogical. Not enough room for the L again.
Yeah. And there's also a subreddit, which is, we're not really Redditors. Or I'm a lurker. I kind of hang out in some subreddits, but I never comment anything. But we opened up a subreddit for that.
SimplyPodLogical.
Yes.
R.
And I
Slash.
and I posted something being like, what kind of stuff would you like to hear us talk about on the podcast? And
What'd
one of the
they
comments
say?
was like, why does Menchie jump up on your shoulders?
Because Ben has earwax that smells. That's
I'm like,
my philosophy.
we can't actually have Menchie answer that question.
Well, she's on the floor. She's not willing to be on camera right now.
That's right.
Benji, what are you doing? She's just licking herself. We should have a camera under the table and just like go to camera 4 occasionally, just for the cats.
We could do that.
Her hair's flying around.
But yeah, I assume we'll be talking about the cats a lot. We'll talk about our day jobs. But yeah, we do want to hear in the comments
from you
below.
guys. Yeah.
What
So comment. This is on YouTube. Yeah. Comment
Yeah.
down below in the YouTube comment section the types of topics you want us to talk about it. And I'll be active on the SimplyPodLogical Twitter for sure. So tweet me there. I'm always on Twitter.
Is that good for you?
I like it. I just like talking to you guys. And Twitter's been a really easy place to do that. Ironically enough, because that's where I have the smallest following.
Yeah.
So it's
it makes it
actually easier to
actually see
manage.
comments,
Like an
yeah.
Instagram tag notification, I can't keep up. I don't even bother looking at my tags. It's just ridiculous.
Well, and DMs and stuff too. It's so much harder.
I can't. No,
Yeah,
I don't do
you
that.
got way
either.
too many of those. You
Sorry,
can't
guys.
see that.
But if you tweet me, especially if there's like a picture attached and it's something I notice, I'm like, yeah. I like so many tweets a day. I probably set a record. Ben doesn't like any of my tweets, especially not my oats tweets.
Yeah, Cristine has a burner account just for like her love of oats.
You don't even follow me.
Dude, I think I followed you.
Did you finally?
That make you feel better?
jerk.
For Valentine's Day, I'll follow you. We should situate this
Sweetie.
in where are we? So right now it's February
Canada.
15th. We're filming this. This morning you uploaded the first video on your channel for over 2 months.
Where I painted Ben's toenails in his sleep.
Yeah, do we want to reflect on that?
Yeah,
and
you
all
want
that
to show us your
experience?
toes? Show us how great they look.
They are
They're still on.
painted. So you did that last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So we had some conversations about like, oh, I feel like maybe I'm ready to come back and make a video.
Surprise.
I wasn't expecting to wake up to you filming me sleeping. Yeah.
That's the fun of it, though.
Oh yeah. Fun for who?
I saw someone like, hello, Menchie. Sorry, we're not going to be able to avoid that audio. Someone tweeted me the meme where it's like other YouTubers after taking a break. First video back. Why I took a break on YouTube.
Sure.
Or like coming back from a break on YouTube. Simply and illogical after taking a break. I painted Ben's toes in his sleep.
I got a kick out of the video.
You guys are funny. Like, please do not underestimate how many of your memes I see and I like. Even if I don't respond to all of them, like I see them and I always laugh. And I'm always like, Ben, look at this meme.
So yeah, I guess we should acknowledge. So that video went up this morning, but before that, we've been offline for I think 2 months since before Christmas, right?
Mid-December is when I posted the hollow eyebrows video.
The hollow eyebrows, but that video was mostly just you sort of
Me
unloading
crying.
your feelings, which it's fine, but
Everything is fine, Ben.
I am worried that we
fine.
kind of left people on that like really
I
high
know.
emotional note, but
People were worried after that. I'm sorry for making you worry. Like, I'm totally fine. If you
you
follow
don't-
me on...
You're so Canadian. You don't have to apologize. So.
Okay, stop. Like, if you guys follow me on socials, it's not like I quit social media because I just wanted to disappear and die or something. I was very active on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, like showing you guys that we had Christmas and we did all these things. So I wanted to keep you guys aware and involved and just know that I'm okay.
Sure.
Like, you know.
Yeah, you didn't just disappear.
No,
but
I
I think
didn't.
yeah, people probably want to hear just like, how are you doing? Are you okay? And I know you kind of got into this
I'm
in the
doing
video.
great. Because I get to talk to Ben for an hour and he can't leave the room.
An hour? Is that how long we're gonna talk?
I
to
don't
each
know,
other?
probably. Are you timing this?
I'm not timing.
Oh, it could be too. I'm the idea of trapping you in a room where you can't leave and you have to listen to me.
It's a good like metaphor for our whole relationship.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time together.
We do spend a lot.
That could be a whole other podcast just about us.
It's a recurring theme throughout. But yeah, no, we see each other a lot. And yeah, let's be clear, even though you've taken a break from posting main channel YouTube videos, it's, we've still been going into the office 9 to 5. You've been making content for Holo Taco. We've been planning the Holo Taco calendar for all of 2020.
The next collections.
So yeah, it's not to say that you haven't been doing stuff, but we also have, I think, been able to do more normal people things. And we sort of alluded to this in the video.
Watching TV. It's amazing. I actually watched like a whole series.
I know this sounds really mundane to most people listening, but
yeah, they're probably like, congratulations. Good job.
For years, I've gone into the office and like, you know, so I'll talk to a friend and they'll be like, did you see the new Game of Thrones? Like, did you?
I still haven't watched that.
I haven't watched a single episode of that. I don't really care. I hear it ended terribly. But it's just like we missed out on just like the sort of, I know it's mundane and sort of boring, but just the experience of experiencing these sort of culturally relevant movies and TV shows.
Yeah. Instead, we just watch Simply Logical.
That's
why we're so messed up.
Yeah, not just watching ourselves back. Watching Troom and Simply Logical. It's not good for you.
Oh my God, and especially not Troom.
But like, for example, and I think we kind of started this right before your break, but we watched Breaking Bad from beginning to end.
I'd never seen that show, which should be illegal. Like, I should have seen that show when it came out.
Yeah, that might be like my favorite
I love that
TV show ever. It's up there with Mad Men for me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
In terms of serious shows.
But yeah, we watched an episode of Breaking Bad every night before bed for like a month.
And it's just little things like that time used to be, there wasn't that free hour before bed.
No,
there wasn't that free hour after
editing.
Work.
That's pretty much what I was doing.
Yeah, there's no shortage of things to do.
Edit until I go to sleep. Now Menchie's behind you. Menchie, don't knock down the headphones or the banana.
Zyler's in here too now.
Oh my God, both the cats are here. It's gonna be a shit show.
They just follow us around.
I wish they would just sit on the table, like, and behave, but yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Good luck
it's
with
not
that.
gonna happen.
So yeah, we've just been able to enjoy stuff like that, and I'm hoping that even as we produce content this year, that we can kind of maintain
being normal.
A bit more of that balance.
Yeah. I think I'm finally realizing the importance of doing things where you kind of just turn your brain off and like watch a show. Because for the longest time, I could not bring myself to do that. And I think the biggest factor is not, everyone telling me I needed to take a break, because people have been doing that for years. Yeah. It's just been getting older. I swear. Like, I know it sounds stupid, but I just felt so tired that I couldn't even do what I wanted to do. Like, I had these ideas. I wanted to edit more, and I'm like, I literally can't. I need to go to bed.
We're not 20 anymore.
I'm 31 years old.
You're so old.
And it only gets worse from here, kids. Okay, use all your energy while you're young, because it's going to dissipate.
It's kind of like, we've talked about this a little bit off camera, like when I was in university, or when we were in university, like you could pull that all-nighter, write the essay, drop it off at the Dropbox at 5 a.m. before the office opened. I used to do that all the time. You were more...
So irresponsible.
You were more prepared and more organized than me.
Organized, man. Project management.
But that sort of... that ability to just stay up all night and pump out, an essay or just finish a project... I think you just sort of hit a wall at a certain point, and your body just can't
31.
Force yourself to do it.
That's
maybe
the hard
31
age.
Was the exact age. Yeah. So there's definitely, I think we've hit a wall in that sense, and we realize it, right?
Yeah. So now I take baths too sometimes. Like, I'm basically 84. Wow. I literally never took baths. I used to look down on baths. I'm like, baths, so inefficient. Yeah, you need to shower properly.
Sitting in a pool of your own filth,
Yeah, well, I sit in a pool of salt now.
Yeah,
we take salt baths. Yeah,
I sometimes take a bath.
It helps with the muscles.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I'm always sore because I'm 84 on the inside.
You're going to the gym. People see you at the gym.
I know. I've been posting it. I'm a fitness influencer now.
Yeah. When are we getting the fitness routine video?
My booty workout drops next Thursday.
I want the peach emoji in the thumbnail. We see you. You're lifting. You've gotten actually like really into weightlifting.
So I guess that's one thing that we've been doing more on our time off. Although we did start like a year ago. Yeah. But for at least the past 2 months, I've been going to the gym 4 times a week, always, unless I was sick. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's a lot.
I think it's also just like because we're getting older, you need to do that so your body doesn't just like break down. Yeah,
that's the other thing. I realized in my late 20s that, yeah, my body can't do what it used to do. I used to be able to drink all night for like 4 times a week, wake up and be fully functional the next day. Yeah, that's not possible. Now I can barely drink at all.
Yeah, for me, like I really like food. So like I need to go to the gym or else.
But Ben's been good in the gym.
We've been going to the gym
Ben-
together. We're that annoying couple that go to the gym.
That makes out everywhere.
That's right.
No. Y'all got any other things you want to talk about in the first episode?
Do you want to point that mic a little bit more at your mouth? It's kind of...
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah,
okay, we're new at this.
Let's see
Is anyone there? Hello? Hello? Is anyone there?
Are the
Please.
cameras still rolling?
Please tell me this worked.
We should point out, too, that at first we think this will only exist on YouTube. But we're going to look into getting it up on Apple Podcasts.
I've already had people ask me, is it available on Spotify, RSS, and like other things that I have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But we're going to look into it. But I think with these things, you have to actually exist first before you can
like to get on Apple Podcasts, you need to, submit a podcast.
Right. So we didn't have one yet. So I don't know if this will be elsewhere other than YouTube for now.
It might take some time to end up there, and we got to look into host. And there's a few things we have to.
We do have a YouTube channel though, so you should subscribe.
Well, they are
below.
They are here.
But are they subscribed?
That's all that matters, right? Well, I don't know if we'll even have ads on this, right? Unless
Why
Susan,
are you going to say something bad?
Unless Susan does us a favor, No, just because it's a new channel.
We'll see.
We'll see about that.
Just watch your mouth.
I can't say anything bad
Watch
about
your mouth.
YouTube.
Don't take off your clothes.
Oh. Well, in the second half of this video, I was going to. All right, so I thought, just in the interest of keeping this, positive and fun, positive vibes only here, we could, when someone has positive vibes only in like their Twitter profile, I always think like that person is like just a few steps away from wanting to murder everyone they know. You know what I mean? Like they're just like really projecting. It's like someone who's like really homophobic and always complaining about gay people. They like secretly have some sort of fear, or maybe they are just a closeted gay
it's
person.
like a defense mechanism. Positive vibes only. Not really. I hate the world.
Yeah, like if there wasn't a social contract, those people would just be going around with an axe killing people.
Nice. This is a really positive conversation.
So we just want to keep things light and positive here on the first episode. I thought it would be fun to acknowledge, I think first we should talk a little bit more about what we've been doing in the 2 months since you took the YouTube break.
What else have we been doing?
But I thought it could be fun to acknowledge some, we've been watching a little YouTube too, not just Breaking Bad.
Yes.
And we could give, a little shout out or acknowledge some other YouTubers whose content we've been enjoying.
Do people want to know who we watch on YouTube?
I think it could give people
Are you guys interested?
Some insight into
it's so
our strange minds.
Isn't it kind of personal to like reveal your recommended feed? Oh my God.
Yeah. Actually, that's a fun game. That's a dangerous game.
No.
Just open your phone or make someone open their phone and show you what YouTube's recommending them. That's revealing. Like, who is that YouTuber at that event I shouldn't name who was complaining that they kept seeing all these drama channels about them?
Yeah.
And they're like complaining that like, why is there so much content about me from drama channels in my YouTube homepage?
In her recommended, yeah.
And someone had to be like, yeah, it's based on your viewing history.
Yeah, that was an awkward moment. I think she refused to believe that and was still arguing that like, well, they exist. So why do they exist? So she just changed the question.
Yeah.
But ultimately they were in her recommended feed because she consumed at least one similar content to that, maybe more.
Although to be fair, like I'll click on one video about like how Lily Singh isn't funny, and all of a sudden my whole homepage is like
full of that.
Why Lily Singh isn't funny. And I mean, I don't know.
So is it a problem that those videos, that so many of those videos exist, or that they're all in your recommended feed now?
I just think
which is the problem.
It's a sign that it's very easy for your homepage or your recommendations to be
driven by
one thing. Taken over by one thing. And I guess it's based off, the computer doesn't lie, right? The algorithm doesn't lie. There must be a lot of people who would click on one of those videos and then go on to watch 20 more videos about that, which is kind of sad or weird, right? It's just such a negative thing. Like, even if I don't think somebody's funny, why would I watch 20 videos about how not funny they are?
Hate watch?
Is that what people are going to YouTube for?
I don't know. Some people like to hate watch. Comment down below who you hate watch. I'm looking for some.
They're hate watching her right now.
Are you hate watching me?
Oh, totally. Like,
simply not logical. Can't talk like a human. Oh, pathetic.
Well, if you ever notice, and like, I'm not above occasionally Googling our names and seeing what
Well,
people are
I
saying.
literally did that for a video.
Yeah, sure. And you'll find like these hate forums and stuff, whatever. But it's very clear that the people who enjoy disliking you are super invested in the content. Like they know everything. They're making references to old videos. It's people seem to like really be dedicated to not liking people online, which is just such a...
I've also noticed that the types of people in those forums also actively hate on more than one person. So there's kind of a trend going on with those people. And that can be a whole other conversation of the psychology of hating others on the internet.
Sure.
But it's usually not just they have a passionate hate for one person and that's all they hate on. They usually hate. I mean, hate is a subjective word because maybe they're just offering some criticism that isn't really hate, but whatever. Anything along that spectrum, they're often negatively criticizing more than one person is what I've noticed.
Sure.
Early on. And that kind of... honestly, in the beginning, like 5 years ago, when I was like, oh my God, someone hates me. What? Is this high school? That's how I began to rationalize it and like not get so upset in the beginning, was just seeing that, like, investigating these people, honestly, if I'm being straightforward, to understand them, because I wanted to understand like their position. And then I learned that, you know, I'd see them talk shit about someone else and the stuff that they said about other people. I was like, that's so unfair. And I have one good example from so long ago that it doesn't matter. But I remember someone who actively hated me also had a whole thread on how they hate Jenna Marbles. Yeah. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh no,
no one can hate Jenna
you have lost all credibility. I am literally never looking at this again.
Yeah. Is there someone less hateable?
Yeah. That person is garbage.
That's funny. I like how I started this out thinking this would be like a positive segment, and now we're just talking about like
this is positive. This is good advice because other people could use this when they see, you know, others are talking shit about them. Yeah. Look at that person's life. Look at how they treat other people. Are they treating other people poorly? Then you're just one peg in their belt, or no, what's the expression? One notch in their belt. Like, they don't really care. That they hate a whole bunch of people.
It's just a past. Yeah, they don't actually care.
It's a personality
If you
thing.
met that person in real life, they would want a picture with
You're
you.
not the problem. They are. They're just really upset about this.
It's kind of too bad. Like, it would be nice if there was actually constructive criticism.
Sometimes there is. What do you mean there's no constructive?
It's pretty hard to come across because it's really, especially when you're a YouTuber with a big following or any online celebrity or whatever you want to say, you have people who really love you who are going to say you're great no matter what you do, and then the people who are going to hate you just because they enjoy hating you. It's actually hard to gauge or get a sense of the temperature of what like just some objective person would think of something you did, right? It's hard to actually get that feedback at a certain point.
Yeah, and I will say that I'm aware of this, of all, not all, but of a lot of the bigger YouTubers. I am incredibly lucky and well positioned, I guess, that I don't have a ton of hate. I don't have big controversies surrounding me or drama channels making videos about me trying to tear me apart. I'm lucky that hasn't happened to me despite having 7 million subscribers, because oftentimes you just reach a certain threshold and it doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna get shit. That's not to say like I haven't had some forums on me, whatever. That's just like part of the job. But I've been lucky that I haven't had it like spin into something crazy. I
think that's wrong just because you think it's not luck.
Are you telling me I'm wrong?
You're wrong. No, I'm saying
Bam.
It is a good thing that you haven't been subject to a lot of that crap, but it's not just a sheer matter of luck, right? It's because you haven't put yourself in the positions to make it easy for people to actually involve you in a controversy, let's say. And let's be honest, there are big YouTubers who have made careers and have become much more successful by embracing controversy, by, you know, any press is good press, right?
Yeah, I'll never understand that. Or I mean, I understand it, but I would never want to do that to myself. I would hate myself more if I did that.
It's just so sad how easily that works, you know. It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, okay, so what about
positive
that positive
vibes only? Okay, no, so let's talk about...
Wait, let me add something. You guys are like a huge reason why I have such a positive following. You know, everyone in the Simply Logical community is so nice, so supportive. I see you guys like commenting to each other in support of each other, or while I was gone, you were guys sharing stories about what your favorite video was, or how you miss me and how you wish I'm okay, and you make these like cute edits. So you guys honestly are what makes me feel good, and you make others feel good too in the comments, because people want to see positivity. So if you're giving me or Ben a compliment, sometimes it's good for other people just to see like someone behaving nicely. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I like that about you guys. You guys are the best. I'm a sock.
You have a positive fan base, I would say.
A positive podcast.
Positive vibes only.
Yeah, banana vibes.
Banana.
How do you guys like the neon shapes, neon signs?
Yeah, I didn't choose that one.
I did.
You put it like it's just hovering over my shoulder.
Well, I got the T and the cat, and Ben's got the banana and the podcasts. Headphones. Yeah, I just look at it and think podcast.
Okay, let's actually get where we're getting. So, who have you been enjoying on YouTube the last 2 months, and who do you just want to give a
shout out?
A little shout out to.
I watch some like kind of quirky female channels, like Joanna Sadia is a big one. I watched her. I like her because she's funny and like short comedy content, whatever. I mean, yes, like that's a thing that's in, but I like her specifically, not just because of that style, but because she is currently in university and she was previously in high school, and a lot of her content was kind of around that, like not her sitting in class taking tests or whatever, obviously, but I like that she, you know, had relatable stories to tell in a comedic sense about that part of her life. I just thought it was really well done, and I appreciated it. I mean, I was in school once, so I found a lot of it funny. It made me miss school, to be honest.
So she's like Emma Chamberlain, but actually relatable.
Okay, the shade has begun. Now we're going to cut to an ad, except we don't have an ad.
We're not going to see her at like Paris Fashion Week or something.
I don't know, although she would kill it. She would totally kill it.
I'm not her target audience, but I really appreciate that someone like
appeal,
her, Joanna, exists on this platform.
I'm a 31-year-old lady who's been out of school for like 8 years, and I'm watching her. She's like, how old is she? Like 19?
She just started university, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we met her briefly
for like literally 2 seconds, and I regret that. It was at VidCon. I saw her, and I'm like, Joanna! But I had to get on the van to go to a meet and greet or something.
Yeah.
So I saw her for 2 seconds. I'm sorry, Joanna. Maybe if you come to Ottawa, you can come over. We could play.
That's a weird invitation.
Come on my podcast, because you're the only person who's close enough to maybe consider it.
Yeah, she's not that far away. Or maybe the next time we're in Toronto, you should give her a ring.
A ring? Like how old are you? Give her a ring, like a telephone ring. Oh my god. Okay.
Maybe you should send her a fax. See if she's available.
Who else do I watch? I watch Blair Walnuts is another one.
I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. Similarly, like kind of quirky, funny, relatable in a different way. Like she does these, I tried eating like some models video or whatever.
Oh, I think you said she tried eating like you for...
Yeah, so I had actually watched her for almost a year before she made that video, but she did make a video about how she tried eating like Simply Logical for a day. Yeah. And after that video, I realized how little I share what I eat, because she was just guessing. Other than the oats, which I've made very clear. Banana bread oats.
Yes.
I guess I like, why would I make what I eat in a
Actually, I was surprised. One of the top posts I've seen online when I said we were going to be doing this was people wanted to know what we eat.
Just oats and tea. Like that's it, clearly.
Well, no, they see you posting like Snapchats of us making dinner from a company. Hey, maybe that could be our first sponsor. The company we order those
Ben's always looking for dinners for sponsors.
We should say, maybe I should have acknowledged this at the front, but a lot of YouTubers are doing podcasts now. And it's because in YouTube circles, a lot of people talk to each other about the fact that there's a lot of money in podcasts. That kind of wasn't our approach at all. We just painted a room in our house black, bought some cameras and microphones.
This is where you're supposed to put children. Like, this is an extra bedroom in the house where people would normally put a baby crib. Yeah, we did this instead.
That's right. So yeah, we don't have some like exclusive agreement with like some hosting company, or there's no deal.
We are the host.
No one came in here to do this for us. We're just sort of winging it. We'll see what happens. Not that we're above a sponsorship, if the Cheesecake Factory came along and said, we'll sponsor a podcast.
Only sponsorships of products that I actually would use.
Yeah, they could pay us in cheesecake though.
Okay.
They're at the top of my list.
Okay.
Where were we? Okay, so Blair Waldorf?
Walnuts, but that's the comedy, I think, is that Blair Walnuts is a play on Waldorf, because back from...
Is that a Gossip Girl?
Yeah, Gossip Girl reference, I think. Yeah, I mean, I just assumed that, actually. I don't know if that's true, but she's around my age, so it would make sense if that was the reference. Anyways, I like her stuff. And then I've also been watching like a lot of fitness YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
Who are we? What is happening?
Sometimes guys? I'll go on your laptop because it's just kind of hanging out.
And you'll see some girls' butt and
I'll
be like, yes.
And it's just full of girls in yoga pants. I'm like, is this my search history?
I have never seen or have never stared at so many butts in the last year. Yeah. Before, yeah. It's wild.
Yeah, relatable.
Like, think about it. I have looked at so many butts flexing.
Like when you're at the gym, or you just mean on YouTube?
No, like on YouTube. I'm like looking up how they do it.
Yeah.
See where the muscles are engaged.
You're really weird.
No, I think a lot of people, like, you have to look if you want to learn.
Yeah. Okay. What fitness YouTubers' butts are you staring at?
Oh my God. Mostly women.
I guess I should feel better about that.
No, because like as a woman, I like to see other women work out in their technique, obviously, and they have different tips. But I will say that of all the men's fitness YouTube channels I've watched, I can't stand like 99% of them because every time I watch them, the ones I've seen anyways, obviously not all of them, it's like douche magoosh. I can't, he talks for 2 seconds. I'm like, oh my God, please shut up. I can't listen to you. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just like, I can't deal.
You're just discriminating against gym bros, eh?
Kind of. That's not to say all guys are like that. Like, I love Jeff Nippard. He's really good. I know that. He's the kind of guy that you take one look at him and you like think he's a douche because you're like, he's too good looking to like be a normal person.
Oh, is that?
Yeah. But then you listen to him and you're like, intelligence, education, I appreciate.
Yeah, he cites. Okay. I've seen his videos. He cites like scientific papers. He literally cites
research papers, which we can appreciate as researchers in our day job. So yeah, I like his content, and his partner Stephanie Buttermore is also amazing. Mm-hmm. She's really good. Inspirational.
Inspirational?
Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah. Who am I? I know. Tumblr quotes will appear here. Natasha Ocean. She's really funny. She's like super skilled, like athletic to the max, like incredible skill, not just she's in great shape, but she's also really strong, and the stuff she can do is like ridiculous, like push-ups with one hand and like crazy shit.
So are you like watching the stuff and then you're trying it at the gym, or no? It's
honestly,
just like inspiration?
Not really, because some of the stuff they can do I could never.
Okay.
But it is cool to watch and just to see like people's form, because over and over you start to, once you see someone's video more and more, you like think of the cues that they were reminding you of. Sure. I also like Natasha specifically because she does these little like vlog style fitness videos. So it's not just about a workout, but she'll be in the kitchen and her boyfriend will make the blender explode or something. And she'll just like be like, what have you done? And it's just kind of funny. Like it's just random like parts of her normal life that aren't just her like, here's how you do the workout. So I kind of like I like the fitness and the education and the skill and the specifically for women's channels, the emphasis on getting stronger and not just looking hotter. You know? Yeah. Right. So it's not just about, here's me looking really hot at the gym. I lifted 2 dumbbells and now I'm going to take all my makeup off.
Yeah. Full face of makeup.
Yeah, no.
Do you ever think about like flexing your YouTube, numbers and being like reaching out to any of these girls and being like, hey, I have this many subscribers.
Train me.
We should hang out. Get some free personal training out of it.
Please. I need to be as strong as you. No. I mean, like, no. I don't even think I only recently subscribed to the channels because for the longest time I had this weird hang up that I didn't want to let people know that I watched fitness YouTube.
Why?
I don't really know. And it's so dumb, but I guess I just didn't want to push it in other people's faces. So only recently have I kind of started showing that we're at the gym. But even when I'm doing that, I don't want to push it in people's faces because I feel like it indirectly, even though it's not my intention, it can make other people feel bad. And I know that sounds dumb because, like, if I'm working out, I should be able to post it. And not everyone who's working out is trying to make other people feel bad. Yeah. But I kind of know that, you know, when I went through longer periods of time where I wasn't very healthy, I would feel bad when I saw people
in really
being
good
healthy.
Shape, yeah.
And it's not their fault that I feel bad. So I guess I got over that hang up. It was dumb, I know. But I'm not trying to, like, show off or make people feel bad about what they do. I guess I'm just accepting, like, this is what I do, and I'll share a little bit of it. So I've recently actually subscribed to channels that I've been watching for a year to show some support.
And what you're posting when we're at the gym too isn't like, look how hot I am in these yoga pants. Right?
You don't think my little cinnamon bun and my, like, rat mole face with my hair tied back is hot?
You look good. We saw Mel Gibson at our gym.
Yeah. Actually, that's a story. Like, why?
First
of all,
no
one will believe us because why is Mel Gibson in Ottawa, Canada at all?
He's like, filming a Christmas movie because I saw there was a casting call that went out. They were looking for really short people in Ottawa to play elves.
At the gym?
No, they just put out yeah. They were going around the gym looking for short people. Although a lot of these fitness influencers are really short, right? What's the deal? Why are fitness influencers short?
How do you know that they're short?
Because it just, I've looked up a few of these people because, like, you look up their, like, PRs and you're looking up their metrics. And it just seems like a lot of them are, like, maybe it's like an insecurity thing if you're really short, but you just get, like, super buff. Like, it's good for your self-esteem.
I mean, statistically speaking, I did watch a video recently by Blogilates who did, like, a meta-analysis of the top 100 most followed female fitness influencer accounts and compared their, like, height, weight, and everything to, or I guess not weight, but their height for sure, to the top 100 most followed non-fitness female influencer accounts. So, like, the Kylie Jenners and, like, just everyone else who wasn't specifically fitness. And she found that on average, the fitness influencer group was, I think, 3 inches shorter than the non-fitness.
Your control group.
I mean, not control. It's definitely not a normal average person.
Sure,
it's like
enough.
The Kylie Jenners,
Okay,
whatever. Yeah. But they were 3 inches shorter, and I think it was 5'7" compared to, like, 5'10". But yeah, 5'7" is still taller than the average adult female, I think. The last time I actually looked that up, it was 5'5" in Canada. I'm 5'4", that's why I remember that, because I'm 1 inch shorter than the average.
I'm 5'11", but, like, I feel like every guy between 5'9" and 5'11" just says they're 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
That's the move, right? Because do girls care about that? Comment down below. Like, you see those jokes about, like, on Tinder, girls will say, like, don't swipe if you're not 6 feet tall.
Well, those girls need to read a book or something. Like, dumb.
I feel like this whole episode's turning into, like, fitness talk. Maybe we should move on.
Let's change the subject.
Maybe you'll get a whole podcast episode about your fitness routine.
How long have we been going?
I don't know.
Do you have any idea?
All right, so that's okay. Those are your YouTube recommendeds.
Yeah.
I swear, like, I came downstairs and you're watching, like, a clip of cats running through, like, saran wrap.
Yeah. Okay, that's the best content. Never mind fitness, cats.
You're throwing it back to, like, 2008 YouTube.
While I was sick for, like, 2 weeks over Christmas, I watched all the videos on every single video by Kittysaurus. Okay. Like Kittisaurus, like a dinosaur, but a cat. And they make these really cute videos. There's no audio. It's just the cats being put through different challenges. My favorite one is cats versus fake death. Okay. And so the premise is the girl just, like, lies flat on the floor to see what her cats will do if she died.
Yeah. Did they start trying to eat her?
Well, one of them tried to bite her hair. Oh. But I won't ruin it. Honestly, just go watch that.
Spoiler alert.
It's so funny. Like, if you just want a cute little pick-me-up, they're just a few-minute videos. They make me laugh so hard.
That's the junk food of YouTube that you need.
No, it's
right?
so much better than junk food.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Well,
it's like the sweet potato of YouTube. Healthy, but good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's
healthy.
good, wholesome content.
So wholesome.
But sweet.
Yeah, didn't you? I think you had told me after you watched that, like, I want to do that. Maybe we'll film that. You'll just pretend to die and see what the cats do.
I did tell Ben several times that I want to do cats versus pigtails. Ben was like, it's just gonna be boring. Like, the cats are just gonna like step on you.
I don't know what they would do. I feel like we just have to film for maybe they'd react. I don't know.
I mean, I've definitely lied on the ground before.
Yeah,
and it didn't change.
They just
I lied on the ground when I was painting your toenails by the foot of the bed.
Yeah, they didn't really interfere, although they almost sabotaged your whole plan. Like Zyler came really close to waking me up.
Jumped almost on your face.
Yeah.
Which isn't unusual.
You know what kind of worked in your favor there too is that I find it's not unusual for me to wake up and feel a cat like near my feet and like just sort of be moving around down there. So I think at one point I kind of did briefly wake up maybe and look down and I saw like the covers all bunched up. But even if I felt something, I probably would have just been like, oh, that's probably Menchie.
The cats do sleep with us.
Yeah, Zyler every night. He's super
Zyler
needy.
sleeps like right here. And Menchie, sometimes she'll go in between our pillows.
Yeah.
But other times she'll sit by the foot of the bed or in the little bed beside the bed.
There. Yeah.
Bed beside the bed of the one of the 17 cat beds in the house.
We don't spoil her at all.
There's the cat strollers in our like front entryway, and when the painters came over, the guy was like, "Oh, you have a kid? You have a baby now?"
No, that's my cat stroller.
It's like, no, it's for the cat.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
That's good. So Kittysaurus. Okay, I'll have to check. We should link all of these down below.
Christine's favorite playlist.
Do you care what I'm watching on YouTube or? No?
Oh yes, please go ahead. Wait. Let me guess.
Oh, okay.
Fighting.
Fighting?
Like people fighting in a ring.
Oh, you want to get into? So I watch some
Hockey?
like MMA or UFC fights sometimes, and Christine can't stand it.
I don't like violence.
It's a sport, you know. They're consenting.
I don't care if you call it a sport. It's still violent.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's not what I'm watching on YouTube.
Yeah. Another conversation.
We should go to a UFC fight sometime. No.
Painting my nails while people fight around me.
I just want the excuse to write off going to different sporting events. Painting my nails at a baseball game. Painting my nails at an MMA fight.
Oh, we should mention what our next trip is.
Should we?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want people
not
trying to figure out where we're staying.
No, but
I think we should just say we're going to go visit Threadbanger soon.
Yeah.
Somewhere not where they live.
Okay. We're also going to visit my grandma. Like it's not a secret. Okay. We're going to Florida, which we do almost every year because my grandmother, one of them lives there. She's a snowbird. It's really hard here in Canada in the winter. The trick is, Canadians, you
have a rich grandmother who lives in Florida.
No. My grandma has gone to Florida every year for 6 months for like basically her entire life because she can't stand the winter.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to visit my grandma, but while we're there, we're going to also arrange to meet up with Threadbanger. So we're going to have a family vacation. And our last one was in Banff.
Yeah, it was a little
You
cold.
guys know Threadbanger, Rob and Corinne. Yeah. They're doing good, and we can't wait to see them again. So we miss them. Also, we're escaping winter, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, family vacation is booked.
So yeah, what have I been? What do I like on YouTube? What's the best of YouTube 2019 for me? I guess we should acknowledge people like our friends. I think it goes without saying that like we're watching our friends like.
Who are your friends?
Sophia and Tyler, Threadbanger, like Jenna and Julian. We just sort of take for granted. Like, of course, we're watching those videos. Actually, especially Julian has kind of like become like
cooking?
This icon of vegan cooking on YouTube. I don't know how deliberate that was, but I actually really enjoy his cooking content.
When are you gonna make something
It's
for me?
very relaxing. Yeah, we could do a little cooking video. We're okay in the kitchen.
Ben likes cooking.
Yeah.
Good, because I don't. Really. I just like throw a bunch of shit in the oven.
You've
together.
gotten a lot better.
Yeah, but it's just like throwing a bunch of vegetables and salt in the oven.
You put way too much salt on everything. Yeah, this is tasty.
I hate cooking meat just because I don't like touching it.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah,
Who else do
I've
you
been
like?
enjoying his content, and I would say I've been listening to more like long form content. And
Like
I think it's another reason
podcasts?
we're doing a podcast, right? I think more and more people are looking for content they can just sort of like passively listen to while they're at work or in the car
Yeah.
stuck in traffic sort of thing, right? So like I'll listen to like the H3 podcast or the Gus and Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we've kind of had like the reemergence of, I don't know what to call it, like video essay style content on YouTube. I feel like it's not necessarily new, but I feel like I'm seeing more videos that are structured kind of like an essay from guys like I think a guy who's really good at it is Drew Gooden.
Drew Gooden,
Do you know who that
I
is?
like
So,
his
like,
stuff. Yeah,
He had a video, bring it back to Lily Singh. He had a video on Lily Singh and her Tonight show or her late night show. And like it wasn't like mean spirited or anything, but it was actually like a really interesting like 25-minute video on, you know, why that style of humor doesn't necessarily translate to like who's watching, you know, a network television show at 1:30 in the morning. So I really appreciate a guy like that. Actually, his best video was probably he did one on what are they called? The Ace Family?
yeah.
Austin McBroom or whatever.
McBoom. I think that's not it, but it's sounds like it could be that.
But that video is amazing. It's like why when you're not relatable
and they're
anymore.
like millions of dollar mansion.
Because they know how to structure a podcast episode that their very young fans are going to watch, right? You sort of need that conflict to get them
You
invested.
mean a video, not a podcast episode.
Sorry, yeah. They know their vlogs or whatever you want to say. And so at a certain point when the problem in your life is like, the $10 million mansion we're building, it's not ready in time, and they didn't build one of the rooms exactly how we wanted it. Like, yeah, that's not a relatable problem for like the 12-year-olds watching you.
Yeah, I saw Drew's video on that too. I think it was called "You're Not Relatable Anymore."
Something like that. We could link all of these.
I liked it.
down
I thought most of his content's like a mature analysis. I mean, you might say like critical analysis, but I wouldn't say he's necessarily trying to criticize people. I just think he's like investigating and asking questions and saying, well, what about this? And I think it's good. It's good to get other people thinking about these things, because I feel like there will be people who watch an episode of The Ace Family and like just maybe have a feeling of, this is weird, but I can't really put my thoughts together on why this is strangely unhealthy and not good.
Yeah.
But then you watch Drew's video on it and you're like, that's it.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
articulates
Thank
the
you
pathology.
for, yes, that's what I agree, you know?
Yeah, no.
So I like content like that too.
Yeah, he's really good. And I feel like he does criticism the right way. And he's like not the only person, right? But I think when H3 was just sort of emerging as a channel, they did a really good job of sort of being like the moral police of YouTube, although they kind of stuck to their one corner. And then they just sort of kind of became friends with some of the odious characters that they used to sort of criticize, which was a kind of strange move. But I feel like the influence they had on the platform led to a bunch of reaction channels that were trying to do what they did. It just didn't have any heart. It was just sort of like mean. So like find some pathetic person uploading YouTube content and make fun of how pathetic they are. Like that's really not good for the culture of the platform. So I find like it's only now that we're sort of getting these sort of better, I don't want to call them reaction channels, but these sort of criticism channels that aren't just going out of their way to be mean and punching down, but sort of having these quite thoughtful takedowns of people who are being unethical with their online popularity or fame.
I think video essay was a good way to describe
Yeah,
it.
yeah. They're putting effort into really structuring their argument. They're not just getting on camera, turning on a button and ranting about how unfunny someone is, right?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of rant videos. Well, first of all, I can't follow them, really. They're not well thought out.
It's not for you.
No.
And then the last one I'll mention was, did Do you know who Gus Johnson is?
Mm-hmm.
He's a funny guy. I'm actually not really a fan of sketch comedy or like the very short videos.
But you showed me that video with the Subway jalapenos.
Exactly.
Right?
I think the best
That was so
the best YouTube video of 2019 is probably
it's not one of mine.
What's the title of the video? I don't even know, but he did his research. He went around to like 20 different Subway restaurants, ordered sandwiches where he just asked for jalapenos and like extra jalapenos. Yeah. And then he was trying to prove that so many times they leave the stem on the jalapeno, and that's not edible. You don't eat the stem of a hot pepper.
Yeah.
And like a shocking number of his sandwiches had more than a few stems.
He ordered like 20 plus subs or something and
amazing.
Just unpacked them all on a table. He's like, stems.
That's the kind of research they should be doing in university. He should be getting like a grant for that. I love that video. I love when people take something that doesn't deserve to be taken seriously.
Seriously, yeah.
So that's I appreciate that guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have the same taste as you do, generally. Like, I watch basically everything you just said, just not fighting.
You keep bringing it back to that.
Yeah. But it's interesting how all the people you just said are men.
That's a good point.
Right? And
because, you know,
I said a guy, Jeff.
What women do I watch online? I mean, I watch a lot of you. I watch every one of your videos, sweetie.
Do you have a choice in that one?
I mean, like, sometimes I watch Sniper Wolf.
Ben!
No, I appreciate Joanna.
Do you like
Joanna Sadia, you could even group in that category because she had a video on K-pop where she literally had like a citation section in her video description.
Yeah.
And I thought that was very brave of her to address that topic.
And I think YouTube. She had to readdress in a comment, or maybe it was Twitter, all the people who were subsequently offended.
I mean,
you can't win. Joanna, you can't win. Don't worry about it. Like,
not when it comes to certain corners of the internet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we talk more about what we've been doing aside from just talking about other people's great YouTube content?
I don't know if anyone's still here. We've been talking for like
guys, we've just shared our entire watch history.
That's all.
Now you have no more reason to continue to watch
Breaking Bad and a lot of YouTube, and that's it.
What else did we do? Okay, we've had a lot of meetings, which we can't actually specify. Yeah. But we'll just say
that's a great podcast topic.
No, because it's really exciting.
We signed some NDAs, and
which is like exciting to sign something.
I love signing NDAs.
Well, think about it. Someone is telling you can't talk about this. Exciting! Ooh. I want to know more.
You know, I think we're breaking the NDA just by acknowledging the existence.
We never said who.
Okay, there's a few, so
don't worry, Ben. I know the law too. Okay, you're not the only person who talks to lawyers. I have a holographic will.
Yeah, we need to update that will.
We need to correct that.
I'm worried if anything happened, they'd be like, well, there's video evidence that this is the will.
Just don't murder me in my sleep, and we'll be fine.
Well, after you update it, that's when I'll finish you off.
How do you know it'll be in your favor? What if I leave everything to the kids?
People have done that, eh? They left like their fortunes to cats. What does that mean?
That's what I'm gonna do.
So I guess whoever you leave the cat to gets the money. Mm-hmm. Is that what you're gonna do? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe. Jen, you ready for this? I'm assuming if we die, we'll die together.
Yeah,
that's just how it's gonna work.
Because we're just always together.
We're just always together. I'm assuming we'll just kill each other at the end of this.
Yeah, how are we not sick of each other?
Speak for yourself.
7-year itch. How long have we been together?
Probably more than 7 years.
We'll do a podcast and just like the history of.
Comment down below what you want to hear about mine and Ben's relationship.
If anything.
Yeah. People always want to know.
We'll do the relationship one. We'll do the food one. We could do like Menchie and Zyler.
Yeah, we have some themes in mind. So relationship, food. I mean, like, I don't think that's interesting, but if people want, I could recite my oats recipes. That could be really good content.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'm bringing all ingredients here. Okay, so relationships, food, staying healthy, or like maybe that's part of
anyone wants to hear that.
Okay, whatever. school/education is one. Our day jobs, but not really just like I sit at a desk all day. But I'm thinking more generally about just working, and I thought it would be fun maybe to go through our old resumes.
That would
like just our descriptions.
I don't know.
Of
we
like
could
what
tie
you
like
did.
our first jobs and stuff.
Yeah,
too,
like
right?
all the way back to first jobs and kind of.
Like, don't underestimate I think people do want to hear when you did that video with your boss that did really well. I think people were like wanting to hear even more about what you actually do at work. And I'm surprised how often I see tweets from people being like, hey, I cited one of your research reports in my...
I see that too. And that is so cool. Like my world's colliding. That is like the best thing when I see that. People are like, write some sentence and then they write bracket Rotenberg 2019. I'm like, you guys are so cool. And they think it's fun because they're like, I'm citing Simply Logical in my like first year research paper.
Do they cite you as Simply Logical?
Yeah, no. But
okay. So comment down below.
And let us know. So those are some high level topics that are obvious ones. Hate on the internet could be another one, or just hate in general, dealing with hate.
Yeah.
Let us know down below what other kinds of topics you guys are interested in.
And whatever's going on in YouTube land, I figure we'll be paying attention and maybe commenting on that. I think a lot of people just want to hear our thoughts on trends or certain creators, things like that. Are you a little
where I'm nervous. And honestly, one of the reasons why I always thought, I'm never going to do a podcast is because in a podcast, you are on like an open platform to say things, your thoughts about other people. And I'm just generally speaking not a fan of like talking about other people in a critical way when you're pinpointing them, when you're singling people out. I don't like doing it. If we can talk about, a culture of doing things, and there's like a lot of people who do things this way and you want to criticize it, that's totally fine. But sometimes it's hard to do that when you're using someone as an example, and you have to remember this person is a person, even if they're a bad person. Anyways, that's my feelings. I'm more sensitive to it, but I also understand that there is value in someone of influence or someone that you might respect or look up to speaking what they actually think, because you want to hear it, you want to understand and see their perspective. So I see both sides, but I'm just generally, and I think you guys know this, more reluctant to like say what I actually think, which is why I'm always like, Ben, stop.
Well, it's not. Is it a reluctance to say what you think, or you're
or what you
you're
think
not a
is
mean?
what I mean.
You're not a mean person, right? So I think you're just reluctant to be critical of people, even if they kind of deserve it.
I mean, that's not to say that I don't think things. Obviously, like I'll be like, but I just don't share them on the internet, because that is an incredibly powerful thing that I think all influencers, especially people with some kind of power or leverage on the internet, need to think before they act or say something. Like the implications of what, if I say something about someone or I talk shit about someone, the implications of that are much bigger of me just saying this to you, like in the other room.
Sure, fair. Yeah,
Even though we are together just in a room right now, we have to remember and be responsible about the fact that there will be lots of people listening to this.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So keep that in mind in the future, Ben.
That is a scary thing about podcasts, right? It's very different when you record, a couple hours and condense that into a 15-minute YouTube video. It's much easier to make mistakes, put your foot in your mouth, or say something stupid if you're just going to record an hour-long unedited conversation. So, get ready to hear us say the
Something
occasional
stupid.
really stupid thing, right? I think people just need to start
that's
accepting
a good point
that
too.
again.
Yeah, I'm not editing this.
People are so quick to just criticize and attack people for mistakes or not saying everything perfectly all the time. That's just not how people work.
That's another reason why I was like, I'm never doing a podcast, because
so why are we
I'm
doing
just going to say
again?
the wrong thing and it's going to sound bad and I won't have time to clarify or explain, because it'll be uploaded and the conversation kind of ends. And that's how, honestly, like, kind of sucks, But now I've gotten over that. I'm just like, whatever.
You can always continue the conversation.
We can, but you know how it is. Like, you post a video, the video exists in and of itself, and then everyone thinks that is the finite thing that you have to say on that topic, and that's it.
Sure.
There's no real meaningful way to engage in a conversation. If someone brings up a point that's a good point that you just forgot or failed to mention, and they're like, you're a bad person because you didn't say this, or you didn't consider this. And
well, I know.
like,
well, we've had some conversations about things in your videos that you've cut down to be like 30 seconds long.
Yeah.
And then I'll see people criticizing us for like not considering like more than one side of an issue. And I'm like, hey, dude, like we
This
had a
was
10-minute conversation. You're seeing 30 seconds of it. I'm sorry I didn't consider the point you think is most important.
Yeah, so as much as you guys love the Simply Mom Logical and Simply Dad Logical segments, which is kind of what inspired us to do this, and we think you guys want it because you want to hear us talk about things. When we did that, although the reception was generally positive, people wanted to hear more, there were still people who would criticize what we said in that like condensed 4 minutes, because I had to cut it down to literally put our thoughts in 4 minutes, who, you know, people would say that you didn't consider this situation, and that's offensive for whatever reason. Even though I barely had any time to get our thoughts out, we were just trying to make like one point just to help people think about whatever the stupid troom situation was.
But we're here, we'll be able to actually elaborate more on things. It's not to say we're not going to always be right or happen to agree with you as the viewer, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. We're not always right. We're just two people living up here in Canada, you know, minding our own business. Okay.
Are we minding?
We watch things from afar, like very far. We watch LA from afar. We don't live there. Like, we also can't relate to the lives of a lot of people on YouTube, which is just another reason why our own reactions and thoughts are going to be so different.
Yeah. And I think, like, if I'm ever about to say something you think's controversial or bad,
tell you, Ben, stop.
Ben, stop.
Ben, stop.
That could be the end of every podcast.
Stop.
It should be me. I'm about to say something, and then you have to tell me to stop.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the last part of the video, I was gonna think we should have a conversation about who our least favorite YouTubers are on the platform.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining us. This was an amazing first episode. Can't wait till the second one. Okay, now how do you want to actually end this?
That's how you'd end. You just go, Ben, stop. Our apologies to Elle Mills. We were supposed to have her on as a guest for the first episode, but we ran out of time. You're supposed to say, Ben, stop, and then with just a hard cut.
But Ben, actually stop. Okay, no. Ben. I do want to just
Are we still going?
No, I want to say a few things before we go. In terms of how often we're going to post, I know people are going to ask this question.
Every Taco Tuesday.
Is that what we're doing?
I don't know.
That's the goal. Taco Tuesday.
We'll see.
Taco Tuesday.
I think in general in 2020 we're trying not to put too much expectations on us.
That's why we started this fourth channel of mine.
Yeah. Do we have the time for this? I don't know.
Yeah, I just like spending time with you.
We'll do it.
I love you.
Why is the podcast still going on?
I don't know. Okay, we might be posting Tuesdays, I think is the goal. Tuesdays. But I don't know if it's every Tuesday. Depends.
All right. See you next Tuesday, maybe.
All right, everybody. Subscribe. Follow all of our socials.
Look at you with those calls.
Comment down below.
You're like a real YouTuber.
Anyways, comment down below ideas for topics. I want to hear everything you guys want us to talk about. But also, if someone has already commented something that you want to see, like that comment or like add to that thread, because that helps us see like the most commonly requested topics. Okay, all right. Ben's giving me the shut up, Cristine. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching and listening.
Is anyone still listening?
Yeah. And we'll see y'all later. Bye.
You're doing your normal outro.